Announced that 14 global cities are committed to the C40 Good Food Cities Declaration, pledging to work with their citizens to achieve a planetary health diet for all by 2030. The Planetary Health Diet, as conceived of by our partners, the Eat Foundation and the Eat Lancet Commission, is consistent with many traditional eating patterns. You can think of it as generally represented by a half a plate of fruits and vegetables and nuts, and another half a plate with primarily whole grains, plant proteins, and optionally modest amounts of meat and dairy. The cities signing the C40 Good Food Cities Declaration are Barcelona, Copenhagen, Guadalajara, Lima, London, Los Angeles, Milan, Oslo, Paris, Quezon City, Seoul, Stockholm, Tokyo, and Toronto. But today we have a fantastic lineup of speakers with the mayors of Milan, Los Angeles, Copenhagen, Stockholm, and Quezon City. The C40 Good Food Cities Declaration would never have happened without the leadership of the city of Milan.
A huge emission-saving potential. But at the same time, we can couple this problem with the opportunity to work on our health. I remember my grandpa, he always told me, remember, eat meat on Sunday only. Probably he was worried about the cost of meat. But now we know that there are even more a couple of reasons. One is environment, and the second one is our health. In Milan, after the Expo 2015, which was the Universal Exposition, whose theme child goes home with the bread, and the parents ask the child why you had the bread, and so that is creating discussion and also sensitivity on the question. Last point, just to give you some example. Some few weeks ago, we opened the schools, and we donated over 100,000 water aluminum bottles to the school children to ban plastic bottles and engage children and their family to the plastic-free message, which is fundamental for us. So our idea is that first we act, and first we give the example, and then we work on the community. And at that time, now we are ready for a call to action addressed to private sector, addressed to universities and to the civil society. And so the conclusion of this very short story is that if we set a good example, if we set a good example to our community, then we can ask the community to follow us. This is true for environment. This is true for mobility, for traffic. For instance, in Milan, we are working on that. We are asking the young generation, don't buy a car. We give you the opportunity to share cars, bicycle, motorcycles, scooter, everything. We are investing on the public transportation, but don't buy car. Consider the opportunity, don't buy car. And the same for food. So it is fundamental that the mayor and the city set the example, and then the community will follow. Thank you.
Mayor Garcetti? Mayor Garcetti, can I invite you up, please? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, and my apologies ahead of time that I have to leave just after I speak, but, and you've heard enough of me in there, but Mayor Sala, my dear friend, mi fratello, I want to thank you for your incredible leadership on food sustainability and your friendship over many years. I've enjoyed visiting you in Milan. I'm so excited that you are an Olympic city now, joining the club with Mayor Hidalgo and I. And thank you for bringing us together today for this absolutely critical issue. And I also want to again thank Lord Mayor Jensen for hosting us and for his progressive work on food, which we heard a little bit about last night at the reception. And it's wonderful to be with Stockholm Mayor Anna Koenig, you're going to have to excuse my pronunciation, Gilme. Gotcha. And Shannon, thank you for your incredible work as the director of C40 Global Initiatives. If 2020s are to be the climate decade, this decade of climate action that I just laid out, then it is up to us to look beyond the usual climate suspects, to widen our gaze beyond just car emissions and deforestation, and to take action where we live in the most intimate places, what we eat, how we can reduce our consumption, and the personal actions we can take to save our planet. Far too often, food sustainability is overlooked, but not here and not with this organization and not today. As incoming chair of C40, I couldn't be more excited to be here as we launch this declaration and for my city to sign on, because it's time to integrate those agendas that for far too long have been segregated, treated as distinct, and that's food sustainability and climate action coming together. We can't deliver on the Global Green New Deal and make the 2020s this decade of action if we don't take those moves to make sure that our food systems are sustainable as well. Too often, good food is thrown away. That isn't just a waste of a valuable resource. It's also a waste of all the resources that went into producing that food and bringing it to market. Whether it was water to grow vegetables, fuel to transport those vegetables, with this declaration we're taking a stand against food waste and committing to do our part to make food accessible to all of our inhabitants. And we're ensuring that food feeds people. That's its primary purpose. This isn't just the right thing to do, it's common sense, and an issue that we take very seriously in Los Angeles. We launched the Good Food Purchasing Policy in Los Angeles to reward those food vendors who prioritize food sustainability, fair labor, and workforce development and nutrition together. And in 2016, we became the first big city in America to ensure that all of our farmers markets would accept government food subsidies so that our poorest residents could have access to our freshest and most organic food. As a result, the United Nations recognized Los Angeles for our work to scale up what we call agroecology and to promote environmental sustainability. But we didn't stop there. We promoted as well and launched an innovative private-public partnership with our waste haulers so that we can rescue edible food from going to landfills where it turns into methane and becomes a dangerous emitter. Since the program went into effect, we've saved 5,000 tons of food. That's equivalent to feeding 7,600 people for an entire year. And so when we released our Green New Deal in Los Angeles, food sustainability wasn't an afterthought. It was a critical pillar in that plan. We allow low-income Angelenos, or we have a goal, to have all low-income Angelenos to live within a half a mile. So about I have to do kilometers. About half a mile is maybe 2/3 of a kilometer of fresh food by 2035. And to also increase the number of urban agriculture sites in our city, because Los Angeles was a great farming town for many, many years, and we think we can grow again by at least 25% by 2025. To eliminate all the organic waste going to our landfills by 2028. And we know this isn't just good for our planet, it's good for us. It's good for our bodies, it's good for our communities, and this declaration is another reminder of how practical mayors are, that we do those programs and policies where others make the promises. So we're very proud to sign this declaration, to make this the decade of climate action. You are what you eat, as the old saying goes, and who we are and who we will be depends on how we will eat and how we approach food, and I'm very proud of this organization for taking this move forward today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll next have the Lord Mayor of Copenhagen, Frank Jensen.
Thank you so much. In Copenhagen, we are very proud that we have signed the C40 Good Food City Declaration. We have been through a food revolution in this city. When I moved into Copenhagen back in 1987, the food in this city was very bad. At the restaurants, it was bad, but in the public institution, it was even better. We have been through a revolution because back in 2006, City Hall decided that we will transform the public meal in Copenhagen to be higher quality, more healthy, and more organic. We set the target in 2006 that all ingredients in the public meal should be 90% organic. 90% organic. And today I'm glad to tell you that 87% of all products in the public meal in this city is organic. We produce every day 70,000 meals for small Copenhageners in kindergarten, in school, and for elderly at our elder care center. And we are so proud that all people are working with food in this city. In the public kitchens, they are named the best chef in this city. Many restaurants today in Copenhagen have Michelin stars. There have been a revolution in the restaurant lives in Copenhagen. As mayor, I'm more proud of the public meals in Copenhagen. It's much, much higher quality today. And all the pupils in the schools, they learn about the food. It's mandatory today for pupils in schools to be part of production of foods to all the children at the school. And that's how you can transform the meal from the school to the families, because the children, they ask their parents to have more quality in the food at home, more organic food, and that's how you, as a politician at local level, as mayor or decisions makers at municipality level, you can transform your city through a real revolution on food. We are coming to the next step in Copenhagen. A few days ago, we decided in City Hall a new food strategy. We're not only focusing in the coming years on quality and organic ingredients, we'll also focus on the footprint for the climate of every meal we are producing in public kitchen. We decided a new target. We will have a reduction in the footprint, carbon footprint for the food produced in public kitchens with 25%. We don't know how to come to it, like we didn't in 2006, where we set the target that 90% of all the products will be organic. But we think by training, as we did when we transform it to organic, by training of our staff in our kitchens, we can reach to the target that we will have a lower impact of our carbon from the food with 25%. So we are proud to be a partner with all our cities in C40, focusing on better quality, more healthy and more organic, and lower carbon emissions from the food. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lord Mayor. Next we have the Mayor of Stockholm, Anna Koenig-Hjelmer.
So thank you. And first, let me say that I am delighted to this declaration, and it has been launched. It shows that cities are becoming more aware of climate impact of food, and cities are ready to take action on this important area. In Stockholm, we serve more than 160,000 meals every day in our preschools, schools, and elderly facilities. And every year we buy more than 50,000 tons of food products. This gives us a unique opportunity to set an example by influencing the entire urban value food chain in Stockholm. But it also means that we have a great responsibility to do so. We have recently adopted a new food strategy aiming at decreasing the climate impact of all food served within the city's organization. And this will also support a shift towards a more sustainable food industry and inspire citizens and business to adopt a healthy and climate-conscious approach to food. The food we serve should be healthy, tasty, and of course it will also be sustainable. And we are determined to minimize the climate impact of food in Stockholm. And let me give you just a few examples of what we are taking to reach these goals. And first of all, we want to minimize the impact to the climate we need to offer more vegetarian meals. The city's organization and different functions will choose meat and fish with the utmost care. This means that we'll be actively choosing fish that comes from approved waters, and farmed fish must be farmed in a sustainable way. And the meat that the cities buy must live up to high standard when it comes to animal protection and good condition for the animal. We will continue our extensive work to decrease food loss and waste and carefully monitor and account for the food waste in our organization. The waste that is still created will be collected and recycled. In 2021, we will collect 70% of all food waste in the city so that we can transform it into biogas. The biogas is then used as fuel in buses and cars in Stockholm. And one important step towards realizing the goals of the declaration is to increase the knowledge and the capacity of the city staff working with buying, preparing, and serving food to improve sustainability and nutrition of all meals served by the city. And finally, and most importantly perhaps, we need to ensure their commitment with our citizens and have them on board and work together towards these shared goals. So thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Mayor. And I'd like to welcome the Mayor of Quezon City, Joy Belmonte.
Good afternoon, everybody. I think it's noontime. And I'd like to just give a very short message because we were given 3 minutes and I think I overrode it. But I'm very grateful to be one of the signatories as the local chief executive of the Good Food Cities Declaration. For those of you who do not know where Quezon City is, we are located in the Philippines. We are the biggest and most populous city in that particular country in Southeast Asia. And we are grateful to be part of this because of several initiatives that I think our city is pioneer to in our country. One of them is, of course, we are the only city that is in a highly urbanized city that is a pioneer in urban farming or urban gardening. And this started as my desire to maintain food security in our city, but later on, some families scaled up, and this became a source of livelihood, especially for the poor in our country. And now this food that is grown in our schools, in our households, in the rooftops of our condominium buildings, in our idle lands, in all kinds of areas where we can find places to grow vegetables are now also used in the diets of our school children. And helping us to have more healthy diets. That is one. The second is we have recently passed an ordinance which we are currently implementing for the banning of all junk food and sugary drinks in all of our public schools and all of the stores within 1 kilometer of any school in our city. And that was quite controversial, but we have managed to see it to fruition, and much to the happiness of all the other global communities that have always wanted to do this but have been faced with opposition. The third is we have passed an ordinance which we are currently implementing for Meatless Mondays. So we would like all citizens to at least save one day of the week, and we suggest Monday, wherein they will only consume vegetarian products or vegetarian meals. The fourth is we have a very strong and robust farm-to-table program or farm-to-consumer program, and this helps increase the livelihoods of our farmers, ensure that the middlemen don't get in the way, so that our farmers earn more and our people receive chemical-free organic vegetables from our provinces. And fourth, I think this is quite interesting to many of you, we have required all of our restaurants to print next to the menu, the menu or the food, the number of calories contained in that particular meal, which should be helpful to all of the consumers choose the proper meals that they feel are agreeable to their health objectives. And these are just some of the things that we are doing to promote good eating habits and sustainable eating habits within Quezon City. And I'm very happy to have heard about all of the initiatives being taken on by our fellow mayors all over the country. And this is the value for me of the C40 conferences, that we can learn good practices from each other. So thank you very much, and isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat sa ngalan po ng mga mamamayan ng Quezon City. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Unfortunately, the mayors have other engagements that we need to get off to, so there's no time for questions today. Thank you everyone for coming. If you have questions about the declaration, there are C40 staff available, or if you'd like to set up separate interviews with any of the mayors, let us know and we'll try to facilitate that. Thank you very much, everybody.